Hi guys, it's already the Burr month. Have you started the dream that you said you'll do at the start of the year? Well, if you have not, then don't be discouraged. There are still 3 months left, and what's important is you have started to chase the dream that you've always wanted to start. Our guest for this month is a living testament that we can chase our dreams at any age. Miss Tomo discovered her passion at the later stage of her life while doing volunteering, where she decided that she wants to pursue psychology so that she can help more people who are suffering from mental health issues. That's a very inspiring dream, but it also carries a lot of challenges. What are those challenges? Well, stay tuned.
Hi, Tomo. Welcome to VeggieFit, where we discuss everything fitness.
Yeah, hi Camille, how are you? Thank you for
Mm.
inviting me here. I'm so happy that we can talk here.
Yeah, I'm also excited because I followed you since last year, and you always have inspirational quotes and about psychology too, psychology and fitness.
Yeah,
So,
true.
but what's more inspiring is that you give
Mm.
us a view that we can chase our dreams at any age.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm like a living example. So yeah, I'm so happy that my message alive at someone or I'm encouraging someone. Yeah, very happy to hear.
Yeah, and then you also do volunteering work. That is really something, especially right now. Many are having mental health issues. It's not easy to be volunteering for suicide prevention and then mood disorders.
I don't work for suicidal prevention, but it's a part of my work that sometimes I have to deal with that someone has a suicidal thoughts in the mood disorder association, and I'm take phone call.
Mm-mm.
And usually they are kind of on the moment, right? Like very angry or they cannot calm down. That kind of phone call I take. And then someone people say, oh, you know what? I just want to die. So it's part of my job to deal with that.
Okay, so since you are a foreigner studying abroad,
Uh-huh.
what were the challenges that you have to face, especially that we are Asians and then you
Mhm.
study in Canada and Europe?
So I'm from Japan and grown up in Japan too. So I'm really, really like culture from this Asian side. I don't know, maybe it's not related to Asian or maybe everyone, but especially if you live alone
Mhm.
abroad, it's a really like real heavy responsibility to living alone, like feeding myself, finance and house moving, also physical and the mental health. You have to do everything alone. Like
Mhm.
let's say if you lose house, you really literally you will be homeless. You cannot go back to parents' house. And also if you cannot feed yourself, then of course you don't survive. So it's like really, really heavy responsibility, I feel. So yeah, that is a one of hard part. And second things, maybe this is related to Asian things, but I live in Canada, and then before Canada I was in UK. So culture differently, and also like more to social interaction. So for example, in Japan, customer service is everything. We
Yeah.
really, really, really have to do very best for our customer service. We say customers are God. It's too much extreme, but we really have to work on. But here, it's a good one. But when first I came here, like, and I got kind of rude attitude from the staff, and I was shocked. What? Like, what did I do? Like, oh, they don't like me or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
This
Right.
kind of a culture difference. But now
Mhm.
I understand it's just there, it being natural and maybe just a culture difference. Also in Japan, I don't know as a Asian country, but family is important, but more to friend or lover, like when you become adult. But
Mhm.
here, family is more important. So wherever the event happens, everyone gather with the family. And whereas in Japan, usually you go out with a family or friends or couple. So yeah, if you don't have a partner or a family here, sometimes it's really hard to survive in the event, Christmas, New Year, this kind of event alone because I'm not invited anywhere because I don't have family here. So yeah, sometimes living alone, culture difference, everything is mixed. These kind of things is hard.
Yeah, but you survive, and
Oh
then that's
yeah.
amazing. Yeah, because
Yeah.
there are
Mhm.
chances that maybe I should go abroad
Yeah,
work, and then
yeah.
I said no, I'm not sure if I'm ready for it because I get used to the comforts in the Asian country because we are very family oriented. Yeah, we're always close to each other, so that kind of
Right.
comfort is really like you will always end up in a culture shock if you are out there. And
Mm-hmm.
then they're very independent.
Yeah.
That's very different.
Right, that's true. But if you go once,
Mhm.
you really have to survive anyway. So I'm sure you will survive too. Like, once you go, no
Mhm.
choice but survive.
So, since you have this good survival in
Mm-hmm.
studying abroad, what
Yeah.
did you do? Because you said you feel lonely, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, how did you survive that loneliness? Of
Oh, it's
yeah.
really tough, really tough. Maybe I'm learning too now. I'm learning about this. So for
Mhm.
the loneliness, thank you for asking me actually. Imagine you are living in Mars alone. You cannot go out, and then what you can do is talk to family or friend, but virtual like Zoom or any like FaceTime or
Mhm.
only text. It's different than you actually meet someone in person. It's really like you have someone emotional support you can meet virtually, but you cannot actually hug or spend a nice dinner or lunch. So it's really really hard to survive alone. So what I do is, it's really funny but it works. I talk to myself. Sometimes I record my own voice to my phone and then talk to myself. Oh, Tomo, it's gonna be okay. I know, you are really like a crash down now, but it will be okay. And being crushed, it's okay. Don't worry. You don't need to like suddenly really positive. Oh, everything is so bright. It's okay. Feeling down is okay. It will pass. You cannot do anything. It's okay. Just stay and then relax. Go, not going to work or school. It's okay. Just one day. Just stay. Kind of, like encouraging word. I will just record myself as
Mhm.
if I'm talking to someone who are suffering. Like see myself as a best friend, and then I listen again and again. And if situation change, and then I suffer again, I record again, and I listen. And then it sounds like funny, but it's really working well for coping.
Actually, I think a good positive conversation with yourself is very important. I
Yeah.
do that too.
Oh,
Don't read.
really?
Yeah, I do.
Oh.
I talk to myself in the mirror. It's gonna be okay. Or if it's too heavy, sometimes I do the journaling.
Journaling work.
Because if you yourself doing the negative self-talk, I think that's where the problem starts.
Mhm.
Everything starts with yourself, and that's really a good job. And it's not funny. Actually, it may sound funny for some people, but it's
Mhm.
actually very helpful. Thank you for
Yeah.
sharing that. I mean, you cannot
Yeah.
share love if you don't even love yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Even you cannot love, you have to love. You have to treat yourself very good.
Yeah. So,
Hmm.
Tomo, can you share us the journey of chasing your
Dreams because
Hmm.
you studied way many times, right? You even do
Hmm.
master's degree. So, your
Hmm.
love for learning is very inspiring. So, yeah, can you elaborate on that some?
Yeah, sure. Actually, I'm not in the master yet, and I want to go to master. But I understand it's a lot of challenges, and master is really hard to get in anyway. I applied for masters last year, and I failed. I only applied for one place, so this year I'm applying now.
Mhm.
So yeah, I started as a kindergarten teacher in Japan. So it's nothing related to psychology field, what I want to do in the future. But I like people and social world. And yeah, especially I like children. So I did a kindergarten teacher. Then my journey is kind of long story, but I hope I can make it short. One day I saw the TV in Japan. It was like street children, very cold winter. She
Mhm.
was living in the, how can I say, manhole? We say, but I don't know in English name, like in some
Mhm.
hole that's a people to construction.
Mhm.
So this girl lived in that manhole and then, begging for the food. And then I was shocked because in Japan, usually everyone is kind of middle class, maybe not anymore, but, used to be. Everyone have a food, everyone has a house. So I was shocked that I thought, what I'm doing here, kindergarten teacher is amazing, but many people wants to be a kindergarten teacher. So even if I'm not here, it's okay. Someone can replace me. But why don't I use myself to help someone who need help? Then I decided to leave my country and then go somewhere where people need help. Then I started, learning English because I couldn't say anything, like only hello. So I went to UK and learn English. I did a lot of volunteer everywhere. But then I realized if you don't have actual degree or like at least university, it's hard to get in the organization. If you have a passion, that's great. But helping one person is that's great. But if you want to help a lot of people, maybe it might be a good idea if I pursue education and then go to UNICEF or somewhere like big organization. Then I came to Canada because England was kind of expensive, and then I went to like Seneca College, liberal arts, and I learned many things. I realized, oh, psychology is so interesting. My original aim was to be a big organization, like I said. But then I realized you cannot save many people anyway. And what is important is changing one person's mental health to be better. Maybe that is the best I can interact with one person, one human more deeply. I decided to be a counselor or psychotherapist to face one person's life. So now my aim is to be a counselor, psychotherapist. Sorry, it's kind of long story.
That's actually a breath of fresh air because the first thing that you wanted to do
Yeah.
was to volunteer for humanitarian reason. I thought at first that you wanted to go abroad to study psychology, but it's actually just part of the journey.
Uh,
So along the way of volunteering, you
mhm.
found your true life's purpose.
Yeah, exactly. Like original one strong core is the same, be a help where the help is needed, but shifted.
More like targeted now. So it's not just I just want to volunteer to help humanity, but now I want to change a life of an
Mm-hmm.
individual.
Yeah, like a macro care to micro care.
That's
Mm-hmm.
amazing, Tomo, because we can never really change everyone. But if we
Mm-hmm.
can change one life
Mm-hmm.
to become better, I think that's pretty amazing. Because
Yeah.
mental health is very difficult. I have my friend who's been depressed since we were in college. 10 years
Mm-hmm.
later, still the same. So
Yeah.
if you can change a person's life in the long run,
Yeah.
that's pretty amazing. It's actually
Exactly.
challenging.
Yeah,
Mhm.
challenging and then rewarding. I said that changing, but rewarding is like more to becoming to who you want to be. So like helping someone who wants to be, what kind of life they want to have, kind of support.
It's a beautiful discovery of finding yourself and your purpose.
Thank you.
Yeah, very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And then, since you are now into psychology,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, how do you think that psychology save a person's life or in
Mm-hmm.
our daily battles? Because from volunteering,
Mm-hmm.
and then you realize, oh, I think I can help more lives by
Mm-hmm.
pursuing psychology. So, yeah, how does it help in our daily battle?
I'm more into like social psychology. For me, learning mental well-being equally important as physical health. Let's say, for example, like there is a bias called in-group bias. This bias, people get together with someone, then people make a group, but then disliking other group. Oh, they are different. They are not us. Like let's say this LGBTQ issue, people are suffering, or any other like political anything, even family close relationship. Everyone has their own small group to protect your own ego or to protect your dignity or whatever. It's not bad things anyway, not good, not bad, just a tendency, right? So we have to know that we are biased. So if we know people has different life, people has different perspective, and that we know, oh, maybe we are biased too. So learning this kind of bias, social psychology help us to expand our perspective. Then I hope world hate gets better, less and less, because everyone has different opinion, everyone is different, and then just they have a preference, that's it. But doesn't mean we have to attack them, oh they are wrong, no we are right, kind of thing. Learning psychology, especially for me social psychology, helps broaden our perspective, less biased of other or ourselves.
So, it's more like our mindset.
To divide individuals.
Yeah, exactly.
We accept a person for who they
Mhm.
are, and we don't have to say, oh, you're different from me, so it's a no.
Exactly, exactly. You got
Yeah,
the point.
because right now we
Mhm.
never really break through from the divisions, right? We always live in that way. If we just remove those barriers and more like understand each other, yeah, we can live better.
Exactly, like accepting the difference. It's really difficult to define and explain, but for me, yes, like in the world, a lot of hate's happening, like racism, LGBTQ. But why we have to hate because they are different than you? We have to accept who they are. So yeah, this kind of psychology, knowing our tendency, human nature, I think it might help.
Yes. So I've read on your reels, we have already
Mhm.
tackled this earlier, that you do volunteer work for mood disorders.
Yeah.
So can you tell us about it? Because the only thing I know is the suicide prevention one.
Mhm.
This is already popular all over the world, but the one you're volunteering for is for mood disorder, and it's very specific. It's my first time to hear about it. So can you tell us about it?
Yeah, I saw this kind of very actually narrow population. It's not everyone's mood disorder, and but I needed something related to this kind of suicidal thoughts or these kind of things for my grad application. To be honest, because you have to have a 1 year working experience with people with mental health challenges. And I was looking for some volunteer, and I find this Mood Disorder Association of Ontario because I was kind of curious. I applied, and yeah, there's so many different things. So for example, they can call anytime they got so angry, or they cannot calm down, or if they become really suicidal thoughts, they can call us. And then we have another peer support group, like they can join 12 or something different group, bipolar group or depression group, teenager group, addiction group, kind of different group you can join. And then people gather and then talk about our coping strategy for you this week. And then we have some workshop too. And my role is to take a phone call of people who challenges their mood. But I don't know, maybe people who call here, it's not related to mood disorder, just call when they need emotional support. And yeah, it's really unique experience. In the beginning, it was kind of hard. I'm not so expert of dealing with angry people or people really emotional. I have to calm down. It's really really needs years and experience. I'm not saying all these people are difficult or something, but it's just me personally. I'm not experienced as dealing with people or facing people's heat moment. But the thing is, I become a depression the past few years. So whenever I take phone call, I really, really understand their feeling. Like again, the same exactly. I had this past and I had this pain, this struggle. So I really feel empathy and I understand why they are so angry or emotional, crying. They want to die. So I really want to help them, not just taking phone call just because I have to do a volunteer, but generally from my heart. I just want to be a support because I was there once and then on that time I didn't have any support. Of course, I call suicidal prevention center every day, but then sometimes it's difficult to be connected too. So whenever I get a call, I really think of my past and I feel like I want to be their support. So it's rewarding. It's really, really good.
I think you got guided to be there because
Yeah.
for you, you said you're not used to dealing with angry people. But like in my experience, angry people is everywhere, even on social media, right? The comment
Yeah.
sections are bombarded with a lot of hate. So for
Mm,
me, hate, anger, being irritated all the time is like majority of us are in that situation.
yeah.
We have to deal with those angry people all the time. So
Yeah, and then you can be angry sometimes too. So like it's really like a human nature. Everyone get angry. Everyone has a heat moment.
yeah, I have to deal with that myself.
Exactly.
People changing moods all the time is really very difficult. I mean, how can I
Mm,
manage this person today? It's not in the mood and it's sometimes happy and then later
yeah.
they would get mad. So,
Mm,
these people are energy draining. And it's not every day that we can understand them. So Tomo, since
mm,
yes, we do it from our heart, but there are times that it's really difficult. We're not
mm.
always in our perfect as
Yeah.
well. So how do you deal with that when we deal with someone very emotional today, anger or depression. How do you deal with it when you're not in your best mood and then you have to advise someone over the phone?
Yeah, of course, there's a time, I feel I want to get the help, but I have to take a phone call, right? But then I just keep myself telling that my role is now to help people, not my mood. So I kind of detach my own mood to my role. So I shouldn't affect my mood to my role, separate myself, my own emotion, my mood to my workplace. And also, I work with a mood disorder association, but I think most of them are not mood disorder
Mm,
related. It's
mm,
just they need support. So,
mm,
I don't kind of label them, oh, they are mood disorder. That's why, I don't want to label them. So I just, take every single phone call as just normal human to human contract and how to calm them down. They are calling because they want someone to listen, right?
mm,
It's not just they want to angry or they want to be emotional because they want someone to listen so that they can calm down. So original purpose, just listen what's happened. Whatever their really angry heat moment, I don't react to this kind of emotional part, oh, don't calm down. No, it's okay, be angry. If really, really like angry, it's okay, just angry. And then tell me what's happened. Then I try to understand what's happened. Then I understand why you're angry. And then kind of continue conversation. When I'm listening and then when they are talking, people become calm down. So, if I listen and then try to understand, then it's a natural way to calm them down. And it's important to, maybe this is a skill side, but it's important to let them know that I understand too. Because when you talk to someone, your story, and then they don't understand at all,
mm.
never calm down, So it's
Yeah.
important to know that, oh, Tomo, this person understand what I'm saying. So let them think in that way. It's really important. So I really try my best to really understand the deep side of why they're angry, what happened. This happened to you, right? And kind of rephrasing, checking to kind of mutual understanding. That really helps for them to calm down and be an ear for them to express why they're so emotional.
And the beautiful thing about this mood disorder phone call
Mhm.
is that, yes, we have established for suicide prevention, right? But this mood disorder, it takes a lot of bravery because most of the time when we are angry, we lash it out. But
Yeah.
for them, they called up because they want to express this anger to a proper channel who would understand them rather than judge them or maybe lash it out to another person. So this
Mhm.
project is really life changing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the
Mm.
people behind the phone are actually brave because most of the time nobody wants to,
Recipient of anger.
right? So for you to be there, that's a lot
Mm.
of worry.
Yeah, it's a really good organization that they have this kind of. Even anyone who is not mood disorder related, they can always call and whenever they feel like they want to express their feeling, what's happened, whenever they want to have someone to hear. Yeah, it's a good place. And then, yeah, you are right. They are very brave. It's not so easy for them to even look at this kind of organization in the initially.
So Tomo, what can you tell our listeners for those who wanted to study abroad
Mm-hmm.
or are scared to chase their dream because they feel that they are too old or maybe it's too late? Yeah, what can you tell them?
So maybe this might be a cliche, maybe all of our listeners may have heard somewhere, but I always think that, today is your youngest day of your future life. So never be late, you are never be old. Think about 10 years from now. Let's say I become 40 now, and then 10 years later, I'm 50. Then today, it's my youngest day, right? So I never think this is too late. I'm still now 40 and looking for the master degree, and I don't know, maybe I go to PhD or, but if I go, then I finish PhD like 50. Then so what's matter? It's okay. 50, it's not I'm dying at 50. Hopefully I'm living 80 years or 90 years. Then starting 50 my own practice or starting something new things, it's never be late. So if someone is kind of hesitating or changing life is kind of maybe not for me, maybe impossible, maybe too late, or I have my family, I already established my life here, then I really, really encourage and support their feeling or their dream journey.
Mhm.
Just start. But I'm not saying just, oh, just do it. I know because it's not easy. Doing it is not easy. So I would say that start from very small. Whatever dream, it's okay, but starts from very small. For example, for me, it's not suddenly next day I went to the Canada. Like start from just searching on the internet what
Mhm.
kind of language school they have, what is the cost, or what kind of job opportunity they have, or what kind of house I can have. Like whatever your dream,
Mhm.
just research. Then you kind of journaling or put any progress memo in your diary. I have my own diary book. So yeah, journaling and then see your daily progress. Then you will be encouraged. Oh, I wasn't sure. I didn't know anything, but now I'm progress this much. And then if you see progress once, then you do more. Then finally, if we realize, oh, you know what? I accomplished. I came to Canada. I did something. Maybe they realize their progress. So start from small and slow. It's okay, but just make a note how much you progress because you can see it, right?
Very beautiful, Tom. Very inspiring.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm so happy to talk about my story. I never did kind of thing. So yeah, sorry if I talk too much.
No, 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 it's okay. I actually like it.
But
Every time I talk to someone, I learn. I learn
Mhm.
more.
So thank you so much, Tomo.
Thank you for inviting me.
I hope you learned something valuable today and continue to support VeggieFit. Because here at VeggieFit, we may not still be fit and still far from being spiritual, but we're working on it every day. Thank you for listening and see you again in our next podcast.